Just in, Mark Jeneroux says the speech that changed everything wasn't delivered in Ottawa. It wasn't delivered in Edmonton. It wasn't delivered behind closed doors. It was in Davos, a global stage, a global audience. And according to Jeneroux, Mark Carney, Prime Minister Mark Carney's speech there opened the eyes of a lot of people. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that, guys. Yes, so this was a turning point for him. This was a point where he said, yes, enough is enough. And I am going to join the party of progress, the party that's going places, the party that make me feel so patriotic as a Canadian. Yes, that was the decision. That was the deciding factor. Not just voters, guys, not just business leaders, but members of parliament. And now another conservative has crossed the floor. So what exactly happened in Davos, and why did that speech become a deciding factor?
Due to the family reasons, but quite simply couldn't sit on the sidelines after seeing what the Prime Minister was ambitious agenda he was undertaking across the country and across the world. And quite honestly, it was the speech in Davos where you took everything head on, and I think for me that's where a lot of the world changed. I think it opened a lot of eyes for Canadians, Albertans, Edmontonians, just how serious.
The news broke quickly. Matt Jeneroux, 4 consecutive mandates in the House of Commons, crossing the floor to join the Liberal Party. He had reportedly been preparing to resign. Yes, I think in November he said he was going to resign. He was thinking of resigning. Instead, he changed course. Carney welcomed him publicly, calling this a moment that demands ambition, collaboration, and occasionally sacrifice. This wasn't framed as political opportunism. It was framed as alignment with a new direction for Canada. And Jeneroux made it clear Davos was the turning point. The World Economic Forum in Davos is where a global economic strategy is shaped. When Mark Carney took that stage, the message wasn't partisan. It was structural. He spoke about resilience. He spoke about economic sovereignty, supply chain security, energy transition, and national independence in a fractured global order. And critically, he framed Canada not as reactive, but as strategic. For someone like Matt, who has held shadow portfolios in supply chains, innovation, infrastructure, housing, and health, that message would resonate deeply because it wasn't ideological rhetoric. It was systems-level thinking. Jeneroux said the speech opened the eyes of a lot of people. Yes, I hear a lot of Canadians saying it was a feel-good moment.
Always great to be
them feel
in
proud.
Edmonton.
I mean, even when you go to sporting events, now people are talking about Canada. They're building on Canada's strength and what Mark said, and going in the future, so the old order is over. We're looking for a new order, and Canada will be well positioned. That is what Matt heard, and that is why he wanted to join the winning team. That line matters, guys. This wasn't about a backroom negotiation. It wasn't about personal gain. It was about vision. For over a decade, Jeneroux has been entrusted by Albertans. First elected provincially in 2012, federally in 2015, earning 4 mandates in Parliament. He has built relationships internationally, Vice Chair of the Canada-UK Inter-Parliamentary Association, founder of the Canada Asian Parliamentary Group, working with lawmakers across NATO, Europe, Asia, Africa, and the United States. When someone with that background says a global economic speech change his mind, that signals something bigger than party lines. It signals a shift in how Canada positions itself in the world. Carney's Davos message wasn't about short-term politics. It was about long-term positioning, building a stronger, more resilient, and more independent Canada, strengthening alliances, reinforcing trade partnerships, preparing for a multipolar world. And Jeneroux now and Matt now joins as a special advisor on economic and security partnerships, directly aligned with the themes Carney emphasized in Davos. That's not coincidence, guys. That's continuity. Another conservative crossing the floor stand sends a clear message. Momentum matters in politics. When MPs shift, not out of scandal, but out of conviction tied to policy direction, it reframes the narrative. This moment isn't just about one seat in Edmonton Riverbend. It's about leadership perception. It's about which vision feels future focused. And right now, the Davos speech appears to have done more than impress international leaders. It persuaded a domestic one, or it persuaded domestically. Canada is feeling the love. Canada is feeling patriotic, appreciated. Canada knows their worth, and Carney saying, I am going to take you guys over the finish line because we can do better. Canada is a beacon. Canada is someone that must be respected, and there's going to be respect. Mark Jeneroux says Davos changed his mind, that it opened eyes. If that's true, then this wasn't just a speech. It was a pivot point, because in politics, moments matter. And sometimes the stage that decides a country's future isn't in Parliament, it's on the world stage. So guys, this is Status Check. This is what we're talking about. Status Check News. Continue listening to us. This story is unfolding. We know that he has crossed the line, and he is now a liberal. He's going to be in the Liberal Party. So continue checking with Status Check News for more of these stories, more up-to-date news. So yes, guys, it's interesting, right?